Wes har min friend and welcome to another video. This video, my dear friends, is devoted to all of you. Welcome to European Lore. If you are here for the first time, welcome to a channel of a humble European fella who likes to rant about fantasy on the internet. A man who has devoted his entire personal and academic life to the finer things, to the greats of the fantasy genre of the 20th century, as well as the old English literature and language, and that is why this channel is from a huge part devoted to defending these great stories against vile creatures from Prime Video and so on and so on. So please feel free to check out my other videos if you haven't done so already, such as my reviews of the individual episodes of The Rings of Power, House of the Dragon, and so on and so forth. But I have to give them something positive, my dear friends. I have to admit that there is one single positive thing about The Rings of Power that I can think of. Now, some of you have suggested in the past that the positive is the fact that it drove some people to go and buy books actually written by Professor Tolkien, because at this point we know, and we have known that for a couple of months already, that this show has got absolutely nothing to do with the works of Professor Tolkien. Now, before it was released, we had thought that it would be loosely based on the appendices to The Lord of the Rings, that they would be breaking the law all the time. Na, 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 na. Well, but it's even worse. It's really 100% constructed material. The story is very much different from what is described in the text as far as the Second Age of Middle-earth goes. And even those characters that share the names of those characters in the appendices to The Lord of the Rings and so on and so forth are completely unrecognizable. So we know that. But as far as people reading books because of The Rings of Power, I mean, people will always go read the books. And those who are destined to read them, they will read them. And those who are not destined to read them will not read them. I myself, I don't think that the more people read the books, the better. Honestly, I don't care. What I care about is people getting together, people being united against those horrible monsters and huge corporations that are crapping on our favorite stories that have been around for a long time. In many cases, my dear friends, for millennia. Just look at what they're doing to all our favorite mythologies and legends. And to the real history as well. Just look at what they did in, what was it, Vikings Valhalla on Netflix, and Jarl Håkon. Now, if we are talking about rewriting history there, but all over the internet you look, and I have been an observer of this because of my channel. Each and every day under my videos, you're writing comments of support. Now, here and there is a nitwit, but there are nitwits everywhere, of course. But the vast majority of you are wonderful, beautiful, extraordinary human beings who just want to enjoy good stories, who want to enjoy escapism, fantasy, science fiction, whatever you're into. And then, of course, there is that aspect of The Rings of Power which is connected with humor, with an unending source of laughter and entertainment. We can laugh at it all day, and we have been doing it for the last couple of months. Just look at the screen. Does this not look like a scene from The Rings of Power when there were elves? Well, of course, this is from Monty Python. So many memes have arisen thanks to The Rings of Power. And of course, along the way, I have gathered a couple of badges of honor, thanks to my objective criticism. Things that I am very much proud of, being blocked by the abhorrent beings on the internet, on social media. Being right, being correct all the time, each and every day. about the fact that this show is a tremendous flop and that they couldn't even get, from what I think, get the rights to make bloody merchandise. And the only thing you can buy with the Rings of Power depicted on it are bloody Kit Kats and Lion Bars. And I don't even eat candy. So I wouldn't have eaten it anyway. And why did I make this video? Well, because I got reminded of the awesome nature of my followers, the awesome nature of Tolkien enthusiasts, the normal people, people who have got some brains in their heads left. And I was having a conversation on the Twitter with some of the people that follow me, and one of them was talking about the fact that Celebrimbor, or Celebrimbor from the Rings of Power, should have looked like more like Arnold Schwarzenegger, really, because he was Smith and all. And I went like, please, somebody just Photoshop this. Please, somebody just take the head of Celebrimbor or Celebrimbor from the Rings of Power and put it on Arnold Schwarzenegger's head. Because if you look at this fella, now, we had been saying that a long time before the show came out, that this bloke might be a good actor for all I care, but he's far from being an elf. He's far from being Celebrimbor, and it has been proved by the show. Now, his performance really resembled a character of as an elderly or middle-aged English bloke from upper class. He would be very, very fitting for a role like that, but definitely not for one of the greatest elves in the history of Arda. So you see him, and you go like, ah, like the German guy from the Raiders of the Lost Ark. You look at the Rings of Power, and your eyes just melt. They pop out of your sockets, and you just melt, and there's just bones left. And then an awesome fella from Poland, a guy who follows me. There you go. There he is on Twitter. Give him a follow. He's a good guy. He said, no problem. There you go. And he did it. And I am eternally grateful to him for providing me with unending laughter since. Now just look at that. Now just... Would we have that without the Rings of Power? Could we unite? Could we laugh together at the silliness of the huge corporations who think they can fool us once and fool us twice and fool us thrice and fool us 4 times? No. So that is the one thing. And the advantage of all this is that I do, of course, think about the Rings of Power from time to time. I am a YouTube content creator, and I do and make videos about the Rings of Power, and I will continue to do so, because I will not let it go. Because the Rings of Power, it deserves unending mockery. And you have to agree with me on that, I think. But other than that, when I'm not making a YouTube video, I don't think about it at all. I'm enjoying good fantasy stories. I go back and I discover things that I have never read before, or that I have forgotten, or that I did enjoy a long time ago. Recently, I've been enjoying Elric of Melniboné. I am just about to get into Warhammer novels, and I am so excited about it. Enjoying good stuff and mocking the bad stuff. So once again, thank you. Thank you all, my dear friends. Please feel free to tell me in the comments down below what your favorite joke or meme about the Rings of Power is. And don't forget to share this video and this channel so that we can enjoy a little bit of mockery even more. And thank you very much for watching. Enda Marie.